Hi, this is Alessio, Rastani, the trader. Hope you're well, and welcome to this update here on Bitcoin. Now, you'll be glad to know this is a very short and sweet update and outlook here on Bitcoin because we've already covered so much detail in the previous video. So, as you will see here on this chart of Bitcoin on a 4-hour time frame, this is a 4-hour time frame of Bitcoin. I'm going to show you in a few moments what the significance of these levels are on my chart. These two thick red lines here, what they mean, and these two thick blue lines on my chart. So I'm going to explain to you what they represent and what is the significance of that in just a few moments. Now, let's just go for a moment on the daily time frame. Let's switch that to a daily time frame. And now, in the previous video, I talked about Fibonacci. And if you haven't seen it, go ahead and see it. Let me just go ahead and draw the Fibonacci levels here from the lows to the high here. Okay, now, as you can see here, that I had a few questions about this. And here's all I got to say. And just keep it simple, guys. One thing I've always realized when it comes to market analysis, now any market, doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin or stocks or whatever, always keep it simple. The simpler you can keep your analysis, the more likely you'll be able to make decisions and make sense of what's happening on that market. So the line in the sand, for me, the line in the sand for Bitcoin is this 61.8% Fib level, okay, the Fibonacci level. And that puts it about the 7,700 level. By the looks of things, if I'm not mistaken, if I just put a horizontal line at that 61.8, yeah, that puts it about 7,710, 7,700 there. Okay. Bottom line is this. So we've had this rally. Bitcoin has had a pullback here, or indeed a retracement, a corrective move. And by the looks of things, it's holding that 50% retracement at the moment. But here's the bottom line. As long as we're holding above the 61.8% golden ratio level, which again at the 7,710, 7,700 level, then the odds favor a potential rally move higher on Bitcoin. Okay, if we fall below the 7,700 level, in other words, if we close below it. Now, when I say close, that means if on the daily time frame the price closes at the end of the day below that particular 61.8% level, below 7,700, that increases the odds of a potential move down to test the February-April lows. Okay, but as long as we're above this level and as long as we have not closed below that 61.8% level, the odds still favor the bulls rather than the bears. Okay, simple as that. Just keep it simple and there's no need to complicate it. Now, you'll see I've marked that level for you, that 61.8% level. Let me go ahead and change now to the 4-hour time frame. And let me just zoom back a little bit here. In fact, let me just remove this Fibonacci levels completely so we can see the chart better. Now, you will see these thick blue lines here on my chart and these thick red lines here in my chart. Now, that's an indicator we developed and also we're looking to release this year. It's called the market profile indicator. And essentially with this indicator, we can see where the highest degree or highest volume of buying and selling has taken place. And the thicker those lines are, the more significant has been the buying or the selling. So you can see, for example, these blue and red lines are very thin. So that means there was very thin amounts, very low amounts of buying and selling at those levels. But you'll see these are very thick. These thick red lines here means at this level, at this price level, which was about the 97.40, 97.30 level, there's been quite a lot of selling. So what does this mean? What does it tell us? It tells us that if Bitcoin manages to come up to these previous levels near 97.40, 97.35, we might see some selling taking place. In other words, we might see sellers taking control at that point because that is the level we've last seen a lot of selling taking place. All right. So that is a level which Bitcoin might see a hurdle and we might see failure. Now, also, you can see from levels here underneath, these are the blue levels, blue market profile levels, which means what? It means there's been quite a lot of buying at that place, which means that if Bitcoin comes down to those levels at 6,550 to 6,400, that means those are the levels which most likely will bring in buyers into the action here, and we might see a potential bounce off those levels. All right. So those are very interesting levels to keep an eye on in case we see a test of those levels in the near future. But personally, as I said before, let's just keep it simple. This red line I've drawn here at 7,700, it's a 61.8% retrace. As long as we're above that level, the odds still favor the bulls. And we still might see buyers taking control. All right, guys, so this video has helped. And if it has, please give it a thumbs up. And also, please remember to subscribe to our videos for future updates.